Hey guys! Welcome back to Let's Play Xenosaga Episode 2. Last time, we defeated a bunch of bosses, including Scudam and Pylum. They gave me the wrong results last time, so this time I've refought the boss fight, took me a little longer than last time, and got the all-important tuned circuit. Now, for those of you wondering if I'm going to be refighting boss fights for the specific drops that I want, not anymore I won't, because we're going to gain access to something in the relatively near future and before we take on any more bosses. So, let us sit back and do absolutely no gameplay this time because we're probably going to have almost nothing but cutscenes. Yeah, I'm being serious, by the way. There is a lot of plot development today. Gotta get us from here to advancing the plot. Now you may remember that from the anime.
Stand down, you two. I'll take care of the rest.
The same mech she was piloting then. The one that they mentioned she would get to use, the ES. Which are apparently very ancient forms of mechs from the past. And something to do with fusing with the vessels of Anima.
Turn over the 100 series at once!
No, she's my DPS! Hey, I got assistance from somebody. Who? Well, you may actually remember that when we did the flashback, this is the mech that we had. Kanan and Chaos piloted this one.
Get down, Ruby Dog.
It's actually called the ES Asher. So yes, this one is also an ES. And Asher, I believe, was one of the 12 disciples of Jesus, maybe? It's one of the 12 something or others that were associated with the 12 vessels of Anima in Xenogears. That part I know for sure. What's going on here? Did time stop?
Wait, what's going on? The controls aren't responding. How can this be?
Oh, you're not very good? Actually, we haven't fought her yet, have we?
We've got no choice. Richard, Herman, abort the mission. We're withdrawing.
Failed. Thank you, Kanan, though.
Jeez, man.
Do not poke yourself in the head with a gun. Could have, but then I wouldn't have got the boss fight.
You whined so much.
Further enemy pursuit appears unlikely for the time being. I'm heading back.
You recognized
I'll see you
him,
around, Rubido.
but you're not going to mention anything, are you?
I already told you I'm Guinan Jr. now. Get that through your thick head.
It's hard to shake my past image of you.
It's funny that he does that in... Not that he said that, but that he used to call him Rubido, considering what I know about the start of Episode 3.
Do you know him?
Why does that line just sound so horrible?
He's an old acquaintance.
I don't know, it's kind of weird. The lady who does the voice acting for Momo in this game does a piss-poor job. Apparently, from what I recall, she does a lot better in Episode 3, but it's just kind of weird coming off of how smooth the actress portrayed Momo in Episode 1. And I don't think she was particularly well known, though I could be mistaken. Can't remember off the top of my head.
It won't stop. I'm afraid I won't stop bleeding.
There may have been blood in this scene originally. I don't think so. But if so, any reference of blood pretty much gets censored out of the Xenosaga series in general, as I kind of discussed in Episode 1.
You can't give up.
But yeah, you can kind of see on his shirt there's little bits of dark spots that's supposed to be blood, but I guess it would have
Two
been soaked
URTV
at some point.
variants. Identified and confirmed.
And that's just kind of been edited out of the North American release of the game
The
anyway.
red horse carries war, and
What?
the black horse, famine. Upon those tiny backs, bear the great calamity.
What did you say, Chaos?
Is that reference to the Four
I
Horsemen?
didn't read that.
It's nothing. Let's go rescue them.
I believe it is, though I'm not sure. My knowledge of
all my fault.
biblical mythology is not
I'm
what
the
it should
leader.
be. At
Where
least
did I
not.
cut the link?
Oh, we learn a little bit more
And
here.
now albedos.
Albedo?
He's a piece of me
Really?
beating in my right chest.
I have the search results. Albedo is the name of unit number 667. The records show that he and unit number 666 were conjoined twins.
And there we
Apparently
go.
It happens on rare occasions, even with artificially created children.
So we've learned
So he
a
was
lot
infected as well. The rider of the white horse.
about the URTVs,
Male
about
bodies.
Junior, about Albedo,
And souls.
and
Find
Guinan
peace.
so far, and
Even
we've
if-
only just begun this game.
It is but a short one.
But don't worry, they're not going to just give us that kind of, oh, we kind of acknowledge this and that. We're going to go right into the story in this game. This game focuses a lot
guess
on
I-
Junior's story.
I owe them my life.
So
Well,
you've known
you-
Chaos
you-
for a long time too?
Yeah.
Can I also call you Rubido too? It's a very pretty name.
Sorry, it's just,
Oh, I'm sorry.
There's a bunch of awkward right
nah,
here.
It's just, I don't have a lot of good memories of that name.
I can see why.
You and Ziggy don't like your original names very much, do you?
No, neither do you, though. Her original name is the
Names
100
tend to link
series
themselves to
prototype.
memories, both good and bad.
She likes Momo.
I have a feeling that old man over there has a lot of baggage himself.
And we've learned about that if you watch
Besides,
my
I think
little
old man over there
overview
seems to like being called Ziggy,
of Pied Piper.
Oh, I hope he does.
even though it kind of sounds like something you would call your dog.
Ouch, that hurts. Poor Ziggy. Vector Industries, second R&D division, which means perspective shift. Eventually, after long periods of silence. There we go.
The Zohar Project?
What exactly is that?
Right. The situation
We've
is
only
grave.
heard a couple
The
things here and
Gnosis
there.
phenomenon is spreading at an ever-increasing rate. More than 120 star systems have already been eradicated. A fact that's
Whoa.
been difficult to keep secret thus far.
No doubt.
Worst-case scenario projections indicate that if this continues, humanity will only have a few years before it's completely wiped out by the Gnosis.
It's more of a problem
yes,
than we
I
even knew.
understand that. Thank
Which
you.
makes the focus of this
Tell me
game
how
kind of
this relates to
confusing.
KOS-MOS.
And I'll get to that later.
This way.
This is incredible.
And reminiscent, we've seen this before.
The
In
KOS-MOS
episode
tertiary
1,
weapon system.
she fired
It was
that
developed to prevent the worst-case scenario from ever happening.
at Udu in the
And just what do you
idea
classify
that was
as worst
shown,
case?
or the potential future that was shown by
The
Nephilim.
Zohar Project is a massive undertaking whose ultimate goal is to eradicate the Gnosis from the cosmos. To do this, we know we must salvage the original Zohar that's sleeping on Milsha.
Except we can't get there because it's in an
Our
abyss.
studies over the past half-century have revealed the Zohar to be this dimension's ultimate energy device.
Starting to become a
But there's also
little
a problem.
familiar to
The Zohar Center,
Xenogears.
or rather the core unit that controls it, is a double-edged sword.
Oh?
What do you mean?
This
This
is the phenomenon known as Udu.
Yeah, they've kind of
Beyond
changed
the
it from
initial loss
episode
of
1,
the core
but
unit, we have no details on how it occurred. But we do know, however, that this is what made Milchin space the way it is today, and that this phenomenon is also responsible for the appearance of the Gnosis.
Wait a minute. Are you saying that even more Gnosis might show up?
We can't be certain, but it is a definite possibility.
well, they've continued to show up thus
So
far.
you're outfitting KOS-MOS with this.
Those shoulder units, they're a phase transfer system, right?
Isn't that what they used
Now
to
I see why they
uncover
called you the flower of First
the Song
Division,
of
Chief
Nephilim
Uzuki.
in
I
the first
didn't
game?
come here for jokes.
Sorry, I'll continue. This was originally designed for use on the Archetype, but it's been refitted for use on the current KOS-MOS. The system radius is 130 nanometers.
130?
And we're supposed to know what this means.
Can you
really
control it
small,
accurately at that scale?
but
Yes, with the help of the Tactical Sim Lab. That's why we
okay.
had KOS-MOS moved here.
Okay, that makes sense.
And if I refuse to turn her over?
This project has been officially commissioned by the government. Being Chief of Software Development doesn't give you the right to refuse us.
I imagine not.
No, it doesn't.
Look, I know there's a lot about KOS-MOS' recent activation that worries you, but rest assured everything's going to be fine. Headquarters has taken a good look at KOS-MOS activity records up to now. They firmly believe this can be done, and so do we.
Well, that's
Everything
good.
is ready to go.
We'll get more power.
I suppose the only thing I can do now is trust you.
We can do this.
Yes?
Besides, this system was designed at First Division by none other than Kevin Winnicott himself.
There's some bad memories.
Fine. We'll transfer KOS-MOS to the 2nd R&D Division today at 1400 hours. I'll send the paperwork along later.
I still don't like
Please
this
send
idea,
requests
though.
for any specific needs to my personal address at 1st Division.
I'm still losing a party member.
I'll have Alan take care of the software. If there's anything you don't understand...
Alan,
We'll contact you. Thank you for your cooperation.
you look like an idiot. That guy too, but Alan with his stupid pointing at himself like he's confused. It's like, you're volunteering me for this? Well. What do we have now? Hello? We have a very calm, quiet sequence.
For the sake of... humanity?
Also deliver that line.
Yes, you might even say that's the reason she was born. Her awakening will lead humanity toward the future. I can hardly wait until that time comes.
Yeah, 'cause she wakes up and she
This
kicks
transport
ass.
is part of KOS-MOS equipment too, right? A craft that can interact with hyperspace on its own without using a UMN column.
Remember
Is this
that for
going to
later.
save humanity too?
Well, yeah.
In a broader sense, I suppose. It might come in handy for her someday.
Really? I wonder if we'll get to use that.
You'll probably laugh when you hear me say this, but I believe, no, I want to believe,
In the heart of the
that
cards.
she'll be more than just some wanton instrument of destruction.
I'm
I
happy with her
hope
being
the
a
future
unit
that
of
she
destruction.
builds will be one swept clean of our differences, an ideal world free of destruction or slaughter. Sounds
What a
funny,
nice, peaceful
doesn't it?
guy he is.
No, no. It's just that... your eyes, Kevin. They were so lit up just now that you looked like a child.
I can't help it. I guess I better watch myself during the public test.
Well, to be honest... I can't wait to see her wake up too.
Some of the pacing in this scene is just off. It's kind of moving in slow motion. But then again, I've been complaining about a lot of things moving in slow motion lately. In video games and outside. Anyway. What else do we have to go on now? Oh, a scene with Alan. Well, that looks like fun.
Chief! Wait up, Chief! Hey, what's wrong with you? You're acting strange today.
Nothing's
Considering what
wrong.
happened in episode
It's the
1,
same old me.
she should be different.
Where are you going then?
Into the city for a bit. It's been a long time, so...
A long time?
I don't know what the voice actress was trying to portray with that
Isn't your house,
delivery. On this planet, yes.
It's in 8th District.
Well, don't tell him.
Listen,
He'll be stalking outside your
Alan,
door.
Don't take your eyes off KOS-MOS, okay?
Sure thing, boss.
Yeah, of course. Why?
Why do you think? I need her in my party. Important things here.
There is definitely something wrong with her today.
It's just her voice. It sounds so off. And I will try and stop bitching about the voice acting in this game. I know I do it a lot. It's just something that really hits home for me. I really don't like it when they change up voice actresses or actors partway through a series, whether that means multiple games, multiple seasons of an anime, or whatever. Anyway, enough of that. Alright, I gotta turn my controller back on. I fell asleep during the cutscene. Here, we have a new world map for 2nd Militia, since we haven't been here before. 2nd Division, we could go in there. There's nobody of interest to talk to and nothing to get, so we won't worry about that. Over here, if I can press the button, we have the government offices, which consists of one building, Helmer's office. Kanan and Helmer are there. They say nothing interesting. This is the UMN Control Center. We will head there later. Right now, nobody says anything interesting. This one, you can't go there. Okay, plot wall, great. This one is the spaceport. This is basically the dock. We will deal with that later. So, since there's not much else we can do at the moment, let's go to the city. There's a lot of stuff we can do in the city, and we're going to be here for a while. Now, most of the people around here are not particularly interesting to talk to. This is a new plate. Press the circle button on this, and we have new options here. You see the UMN toggle there, and we can go back to any place we have visited before, and later on we'll get different options, but right now we can only go back to Old Militia 14 years ago in our character form, not in our mech form. So that's going to allow us to access different points than we were able to before, considering we're starting here. Now the running is going to look really weird because we're running at basically the mech speed, because this is supposed to originally have been a mech screen. So there's some weird stuff that goes on in how it looks, but for the most part it's not a big deal. She kind of moves around almost like a tank right now. It's kind of weird. Now I wouldn't worry too much about any of the enemies around here. You probably will have to fight them when we get over to the character section. I don't think there's any left here in the mech part of this little dungeon from earlier on in the game. But if you go over here, I don't know why we couldn't blow these up before, but we can now, and that's important. And the reason why you shouldn't really worry about fighting any enemies is because she's level 16, and when we were here we were like level 5 or 6 or something like that, so she's more than powerful enough to deal with it. However, you're going to want to do the same things to her that you do with everyone else, which involves skill level 1, A, and C, and then skill level 2, class B. So I'll do all those off-screen in between episodes, because we don't really need to do it at the moment. But for now, let's do a little bit of backtracking, see if we can grab some items. I can't remember exactly where all of them are. I don't think we can go in any of these buildings, but I'm pretty sure there's something to blow up around here. There we go. And we get medkit S's. Whoop-de-doo. Anything else around here? No, does not look like it. Okay. Now, I do have a treasure list, but I didn't really prep it up for this because I wasn't sure exactly what I would be doing. I guess there's nothing there. But taking this path, I know, leads to items that we didn't have access to before. So let's do that first. I don't think there's too many items we can gather at this point. Yeah, as you can see, there's a soldier down there. We'll be able to fight him later. If you remember where we are, we can hit this button here, and which drops the ladder, which allows us to get down there, which we saw a treasure chest at earlier on in the game, so we might as well do that. And you definitely want to do this. This is very important for later on in the game too, because there's something around here that we're going to spend a lot of time with. Those of you who have played the game may know what I'm talking about. And what do we have here? Anything of value? Open biosphere. It's alright, I guess. They're useful. I'll probably make use of them at some point. Now, the important thing... blow up that. I'm actually going to double check real quick on my guide to see if there's anything else that I can grab right now, because I'm not 100% sure on it. So give me a quick sec. Okay, so not a big deal here. There isn't anything else I can grab. I am going to fight a few battles, not a lot of them, but just so you know, unlike the first game, we have a great option if you go into your menu when you're in the UMN. You just select UMN and you can exit from anywhere. You don't have to do any backtracking back to certain points. It's very, very straightforward, very easy. Anyway, I'm not going to do too many battles. I'll probably fight maybe like 5 or 6 battles against the soldiers, and then I will warp out, and then we will continue with what we have available to us in the next part of the area. Anyway, that's all for this one, and I'll see you guys next time.